We are going over to my friend Rachel's house and we're going to see how she cooks a yummy chicken meal for a large number of people. Rachel, what are you doing right now?
Well, kids are hungry, and to hopefully avoid as much interaction as possible, and also to try and maximize their consumption of the snacks I give them, they like it when I chop up their cheese sticks, or their string cheese, or whatever you call it. You really see, look.
I've never seen it that way.
Yeah,
that
they look
is
kind of weird,
so
especially
funny.
when you eat them normally most of the time. But they eat it better. So.
And what recipe are you making? So one of my favorite recipes growing up, probably when I was like 14, I think is when my mom started making it. It's called Rosemary Ranch Chicken.
It sounds amazing.
It's so good. It's been my favorite meal for many, many years. And it's really easy to make large amounts, and you can make it ahead of time. It's a really good freezer meal. You can grill it, bake it, or Instant Pot it, and so it's super versatile. And I will be making
beginner
it
friendly,
beginner friendly.
Awesome.
And
how many people are you making it for?
so a woman in our neighborhood who comes to our church just had her baby, her third little baby.
Aww.
And so I'm going to be making it for, so they have a family of 5. I was going to make you a pan, and then I was going to make us a pan.
I am honored.
And so that's 15
Oh my goodness.
people.
So this is going to be a lot of chicken.
So I bought a lot of chicken, and like I said, it's really easy to like scale up. No knives, no. Reality, yes.
Here.
But yeah, I'll pull out my recipe and we can get started.
We're going to get started.
All right, so I bought 10 pounds of chicken, about 10 pounds of chicken.
Nice.
And you can do it frozen. Since I am making this for so many people, it's easier to have it like this, but you can do it frozen. So Mia's gonna get started in cubing the chicken. You just want it in even cubes.
Okay.
Do you wanna do that while you're holding her?
Sure. I can just wash my hands.
Okay.
Come here. We are not playing outside. The rain is starting to come. Yeah, the rain is starting to come. No, we're not playing outside right now. Violet, do not open the fridge. No, thank you. No, thank you. All right. Jason, come here. Come here.
Okay, so Rachel is over here starting her marinade, and I am keeping some chicken.
So I'm gonna read off for the marinade. It's olive oil, ranch dressing, Worcestershire sauce.
That's a hard one to say.
And I have some rosemary little shrubs in my front yard, so we're gonna get fresh rosemary.
Oh, nice.
Salt, lemon juice, vinegar, pepper, and sugar. And so that's the marinade, and I'm just going to go ahead and start that. So I'm realizing that this was too small of a container. I should have put it in a bigger container.
So as we're cooking this homemade meal, something that I was thinking about is why does it matter to do a home cooked meal, and why is there value in it? Well, just on a light note, I love the taste of something that's fresh and that you created with your own recipe, but I also have kind of a little bit of nostalgic side to it because I loved learning some basic cooking stuff from watching my mom cook and also helping, and she was pretty good in the kitchen about involving us kids with like tasks that were developmentally appropriate for our age. Like, oh, I wasn't a 5-year-old with a knife, but it was special. And so part of it for me is not just like financially, yes, it's beneficial, but also because I think it's a neat skill to kind of look back on, and also teaching like your kids as they get older, just to have that ability to, I can cook something for my family, Do you have any thoughts on that, Rachel?
Yeah, so it's interesting because I do think my mom involved us, but I feel like we weren't involved. I feel like we were kind of as involved as we wanted to be, and so
That makes sense.
right, like especially when you have. So I think I said this in the other video, but I'm the second oldest of 7 kids, and so obviously, like if one of us is throwing a tantrum about it being our turn to help cook, Like, she doesn't have the time or the energy
Yes.
to be trying to force us
This
to.
is your turn.
Yeah, like there's only so much she can do to try and kind of encourage that if we are really fighting it. I was more interested a lot of the time, but I would help more with things like salads and cutting vegetables and cooking the pasta. I would help with a lot more of the menial things. Whereas my sister, she was the one that was really good at bread, and so she would always help with the rolls or the cinnamon rolls,
Like
or
the baking aspect.
yeah, she was more into the baking aspect. My older brother, he really liked trying out different desserts, so I feel like that was kind of his focus that he would do.
I'm gonna grab this and just kind of show. Look at that.
Doesn't that look
like it's good?
appetizing?
It's gonna be so good on all this chicken.
Looks better. I went and I snipped some fresh rosemary, so we
Nice.
will chop this up, and it smells really good. I don't know if you can smell it, but
Yes,
rosemary is one of my
strong
favorite
and
herbs.
beautifully smelling.
Beautifully
Smells
smelling.
great.
Smells delicious.
Yes, it does.
So I feel like when I moved out, though, I didn't really know all of the things that I felt like I should know to be an adult living on my own. The first time I cooked a chicken breast all by myself, I was like so excited. I video called my mom and was like, "Look, Mom, I cooked it and it's not burned and it tastes good." And I was like super, super excited. And then I got married and realized that because my husband and I wanted to have a traditional home where I would be more kind of over the household, and when we had children, I would be the stay-at-home mom, and yeah, I would be the one cooking, and we both clean and whatnot. But kind of realizing that the responsibility of feeding everybody was going to be on my shoulders was super scary. And I have had a lot of failed meals and a lot of good attempts where that was an A for effort, but it didn't really turn out. And I feel like it's really only been over the last maybe 3 or 4 years that I have become a lot more confident with my cooking skills. And like I feel like only recently have I mastered the art of chicken. I don't know about you, but I struggle with chicken. I always overcook
It's
it.
hard to get it just tender
Yes.
enough, but also still make sure it's fully.
Well, that's the thing is I've always been so panicked about undercooking it and killing my family with food poisoning that I've always just kind of had the attitude of it's way better to overcook it than undercook it. And then my kids would complain that they couldn't eat it and that it was stuck in their teeth, and they would complain every time I made chicken because I hate chicken, it gets stuck in my teeth. And so I have been trying harder recently to cook it to the right temperature and letting it rest after cooking it, because I discovered that really does make a difference.
I learned this song called "The Last with the Delicate Air," and when you hear that, what do you think of? Like the delicate air.
The delicate air. I thought you said bear.
Oh.
I was like, what kind of a song is that?
Delicate
The
bear.
delicate bear. So I don't know, a China doll bear? Like, okay, the delicate air. I think of a dainty little princess.
Exactly, right? So that's what I thought of. But this song was filmed, or sorry, not filmed. Oh, this song was created in the 1700s.
Okay.
And she said, they would not say that this woman has a nice behind. They would say she has a delicate air.
Oh.
And I was like, wait, this takes a whole new
That,
meaning to this song.
wow, yep, that makes it a lot less.
And I'm like, wait, what?
Wow.
Because I'm singing. Anyway, it's funny because that's what when I thought, it's just, oh, she's kind of like a little princess.
Yeah, dainty
Like,
petite.
Yeah, and it's meant to be sung in a dainty way too. And she says, I'm not having you learn this song because I believe we should talk about this woman's big behind. But she's like, because it has a nice range to learn. It goes very high. It goes to a high G. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, oh, okay.
Goodness gracious, that is weird.
Wow. But yeah, I guess it makes sense because back then they would not be so cruel as to
Crass.
talk about a woman's bottom and say they're behind or their butt. So they said, with a delicate air.
Is that laughing? I think it is. It's playing Bluey, so I think that.
Sometimes with Rose it is a little hard to tell because she has a high-pitched voice. And there are certain moments where I'm like, are you happy or are you
Right, or when they're pretending and you're like, oh my gosh. She's like, Mom, I need you. You're like, wait, what happened? Are you okay? Or they start screaming or crying,
Yes,
and then you're
yeah,
like,
what's
wait.
going
They're
on?
like, Mom, we're just playing. It's like, oh, forgive me for taking your words from the other room as legitimate. So here's what this looks like. Lots of rosemary. I didn't measure it. I measure rosemary with my heart, as I measure garlic and vanilla as well.
As you should.
Yes, it's a feeling of when it is enough.
We'll
So,
put this right here.
pardon my messy kitchen. We live here. Anyway, so I've got all of my ingredients in there now.
Nice.
And you mix it all together. I just try and get the oil like nice and immersed
Okay,
in.
coming really close for a second just so you guys can see that beautiful color.
Yeah, this is definitely the color. It's kind of like a gravy brown color from the Worcestershire sauce. Also with the rosemary, I don't think I clarified, but it's a rough chop. You don't want it minced super tiny, but rosemary is one of those herbs that when you like process it a little bit, yeah, but it doesn't need like a ton of like cutting it or chopping it or pressing it or whatever to get the flavor out. It does need a little bit, but.
That's good to know.
All right, Mia just finished with our 10 pounds of chicken.
All right.
We've got 2 of these baking dishes that have about 5 breasts in them, and one of them that has 4.
Yeah, and they're so similar. Like,
Yeah, you really can't tell. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, since this is cooking and not baking, it doesn't have to be exact. And sometimes after I do this, I even will go and like bake another thing of the marinade. Because I really like the sauce. We usually eat this with rice.
Oh, that's
And
a good idea.
so then the rice soaks up all the really yummy
It's
marinade.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's nice and strong.
These ones a little extra. Yeah, so
Okay, so now do you like kind of stir this up in there?
yes, so you want everything to be covered. I just grabbed one of my little baby rubber spatulas here. Get all this good stuff out. But yeah, you want everything to be covered. And with this one, you can marinate it for as long as you want. I've made it the night before, and I've also not marinated at all and just put it straight in the oven. I think when you marinate it, because of the acids because it has lemon juice and vinegar in it, I think that can help tenderize the chicken. So marinating it, I would say, is better. But there have been plenty of times that I do not think ahead, and I just make it, and it has always turned out really good. So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of mix it, make sure everything is covered. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cover these. And when it gets closer to dinner time, we will be placing them in the oven. I usually bake it at 350 for, I mean, it depends on how big I have the chicken. But
Kind of check in between.
yeah, because when you dice it, it cooks faster. And so 350 for maybe like 30 minutes
Okay.
is probably what I'm going to do. But then, yeah, check it and see if it needs more or less. But you know that it's getting close when the sauce separates and when the oil comes to the top again. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you out there. And then, like I said, we eat it with rice. Do you want me to make you rice?
Oh, we can do our own rice.
Okay.
But thank you.
I'm just gonna make like all the rice in my Instant Pot. Yes. So eat it with rice, and we also usually just have like a salad or something with it. It's pretty versatile. It's pretty versatile as far as like side dishes go. So
It looks like it will be amazing. I'm excited.
it's really good.
You guys will see the finished product.
And you'll have to give me your review on it. If you guys end up making it or trying it, you'll have to let us know what you think, or if you make any changes or anything to the recipe, or whatever else.
Yeah. See you in a bit.
My chicken has been marinating for a few hours and the oven is set to 350. So I'm gonna put her in. Okay, the chicken is in the oven. So we're gonna cook up some rice in here. I told the kids it was called Rosemary Chicken. And we have a daughter named Rose, and she thought that was really cool. Let the lid do its magic, cooking those guys up. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. So good. You'll get to try some in just a sec, bud. This is amazing. It is so good. Here you go, buddy. Husband is home now, and we're going to see what he thinks of this new recipe. Okay.
Said prayers.
This is, yeah, we already blessed the food. This, Rachael, this is one of her special recipes that we tried together. Is it a keeper?
Mm-hmm.
You should try it again, huh? It's super good. I love it. I already tried it.
What is this? Is it like a...
It's rosemary, but it's fresh rosemary.
It's really good.
Nathan's trying it too. Good job, Nathan. You like it, Rose? Keeper?